First off, Nikki, thanks for taking some time here during the busy season. It never seems like things do slow down, even though it is the off season. What have you been up to the last couple of months?
Last couple months, we ended right there at kind of the beginning of May. It's just been heavy recruiting season for us, so we've been out on the road a lot.
Recruiting, you always hear that with all teams. It never stops. How about in field hockey? Are you going to some camps? What are you doing to kind of see the next wave of talent that's going to come here to Liberty?
Yeah, so the hotbed of field hockey is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Not just Lancaster, but really just Pennsylvania in general. Over half the national team and the Olympic team is always from Pennsylvania. So it's a really good hot spot for us. Unfortunately for us, the Nook is right in Lancaster, so we'll spend 2 to 3 weeks there this summer. Actually, next week we'll head out, and then again we'll be back there in July as well for some heavy recruiting.
This program has had a lot of success since the inception of the program. When you go out and meet with these recruits, are they like, yeah, I know about Liberty, I want to hear more about it? So when you have those conversations, what are you talking about right now?
Well, unfortunately, due to the recruiting rules, we can't actually make contact with them until September 1st of their junior year. So it's pretty much just, wearing the backpacks around, making sure Liberty's out there and to be seen. But we certainly get a really good response from people when we get them on campus for clinics and everything like that.
When you do get them on a campus, I'm always curious, where do you like taking the prospective student athletes? Is there his favorite? Obviously, the whole campus is awesome. It's transforming right before our eyes. But for you, what is one of the parts, man, I can't wait to kind of take them here to kind of show them around?
Yeah, I like taking them right up on that scoreboard outside. It's a really special place. You can kind of see the mountains. I also like going up to the Snowplex and to that complex and everything, just because the view is pretty incredible. And I think the campus really speaks for itself. So.
You had a busy spring season. Give me an idea of who you competed with, and is that time for kind of development, not so much training, but the pressure's off because it's not a wins-loss type of thing, but at the same time, you want to compete and play well. So what is this spring season like for you in field hockey?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important for us. It's really the foundation for everything we have moving forward, and we're laying the groundwork for where we want to go in the fall. It's kind of strange. I sometimes wish we were a spring sport just because, there's more continuity because we have, 8 new freshmen that are going to be coming in August that haven't been a part of the program. But really for us, it's just honing in on, where the areas we needed to grow from the fall, and then just implementing those things and hammering down, especially the mental side of the game, is huge for us in the off season, and that's really a lot of what we focused on, and the spiritual development side of things.
I'm hearing more about the mental side of things and how you ramp that part up, because I think, being a former athlete myself, that is a part of the game that is so important. Your physical skills can take you a long way, but mentally you can get an edge there. So how do you kind of work on those things?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing at the level that we're competing at and we're playing at. It's a game of inches against the top people in the country and what's going to separate you. And so I'm a really big believer, and we're a very big believer in the mental side of the game. We're working with Brian Kane, which is outstanding, and he just helps elevate our group to a different level, and does give us an advantage. That's what we're always looking to find, is what's going to be our separating factor, and we believe that our mental game and our mental strength and fortitude is something that separates us from other people.
Nikki, the schedule's always fun to talk about. You'll be hosting the Big East Championship this year for the first time. So not talk about every game, but when the season schedule comes out, what are you looking at and developing that schedule? What do you enjoy about doing that?
Field hockey is really difficult because only the top 18 teams in the country are going to the NCAA tournament. So you have to either win your conference championship, which means taking down UConn for us, and some other top Big East opponents, or it means getting an at-large bid. So really my job is to give us a tough enough strength of schedule that should we not win the Big East, we can still qualify and make the NCAA tournament. So we're playing 6 of the 7 ACC schools, which is arguably the best conference in college field hockey. So it's really going to boost our RPI up, and it's going to prepare us to go into the Big East against all those tough opponents and give ourselves another edge.
Well, how about before the fall gets here? We talked recruiting, but during July and as the kids get back here in August, what else are you going to be working on?
Oh man, what won't we be working on? I think a lot of what we're doing right now as a staff is just clarifying the areas that we really need to improve. So it's just a lot of chalk talk, getting up there on the whiteboard, brainstorming. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. Yeah, so just figuring out what we need to get better at and making a plan, putting it in place to make it happen in August.
All right, Nick, you got us excited for field hockey. Appreciate the time. Can't wait to see how the team develops as the season gets here, okay?
Yep, thanks.